What is going on, guys? Today I'm going to be doing a part 2 with Unai Emery at Arsenal in Football Manager 2018, an experiment, and let me know the different kind of experiments you want to be seeing going forward, because I really enjoy doing these and you guys enjoy these as well, compared to my normal long series that I've always done on my channel. Maybe not as long, but you get the point. Just those playthrough series. Experiments are more fresh, so yeah, I'm definitely gonna do these going into the future as well, up until FM19. You'll see those from me. So just a little bit of a recap if you miss the first episode, but feel free to go back and watch it. You can see this is how the squad is looking, and if we go to the schedule, just to show you last season what he achieved with Arsenal, won the Europa League final, won the Europa League there on pens against Roma, so that was a big one, and snuck into the top 4. And then if we take a look at the Premier League season, just take a look at the table there. I say what snuck in by 3 points over Chelsea. Chelsea came 6th. Not the best season from Chelsea, to be fair, but Manchester United, yeah, they were definitely massive. But if we head into the stages, if we go, yeah, to the previous season, 6th. So you see that improvement. I'm always about that. I was hoping he wouldn't be sacked. That's what I was saying during the episode. I was like, yeah, you got to be giving these managers a chance. So now you're going to want to see that progression. Maybe contend for the title, at least fight, get closer. Maybe go far in the Champions League this season. So again, now I'll just round up the transfers that were made if we go to the transfer history. And this was with the update made about a week ago, like when I made the video, of course. So some transfer updates were made, but then a lot haven't been the most recent ones. Like if there's been ones finalized the last few days. There's not huge players that have gone out like on a transfer. It's more so the guys coming in. Bas Dost, probably the biggest signing. Yeah, he's like going to be a main source of goals when he plays his matches. He didn't start too much though. He didn't start too much then, but the last season in the league, see, you'd want to give him more a chance. You sign him like that, but the squad is pretty big now, so should be good enough. Lucas Torreira from Sampdoria, he's going to be a good player that's going to progress as he's 23. He did very well in the Europa League, but then even better in the Premier League. 7.4 average rating over 26 starts, just one off the bench appearance, and did well in the FA Cup. So yeah, it's really good to see those performances. And then the second season signings, they brought Josh Grant in. He was just like a young player initially from Chelsea. So he can play in all defensive positions. They're only 20 years old, all pending on his potential. But yeah, I'm not sure at just 20 years old. It needs to be a bit better, I would hazard to guess. But then Calvin Stengs, 20 years old, signed from RZ. He actually looks real good. Like compared to what I thought he would be. Like he's 30 million value. Of course he just signed, but he had a good season there for RZ that led to the signing, that showed the interest. And then Lucas Martinez Quarta, I think, don't quote me on that, how to pronounce his name, I'm not sure, but he's 23 years old, just a bit of a left field signing there from River. So hey, I don't know how good he'll be, but it's a bit of, like I said, a bit of a left field signing there. And Dragos Nadalchu, I'm not really good with those names, but again, another guy that is about that 21, 22, 23, that's the signings they seem to go for. And yeah, he's probably going to have to increase a little bit more. He's like that almost, like if his attributes were like 1 or 2 more higher, I think he'll be a good player. Still young, but I don't think he's going to increase massively. Maybe if he was looking like that at 19 or 20, yeah, he would be more of a chance like to develop into a really, really good player. But anyway, guys, we're going to go through like we did in that first episode. I did ask you guys, and it was really requested to do a part 2, so that's what we're going to do here. So let's head on into Season 3, see what transfers are going to be made. So guys, I've just simulated to the 1st of September, and Real Madrid hire Klopp as manager. This is like one of the reasons I hope this goes pretty far, that Emery keeps his job at Arsenal, and we can just keep making new parts of this, and you just see the crazy different moves that happens. Who's the manager of Liverpool now? Pep is... And then it just leads you to the next team. Now you're like, who's Manchester City's manager? Sometimes he gets sacked in the first season. Wasn't the case here. Conte. So we can keep going. Conte went from Chelsea to Manchester City, and now we go like, who's Chelsea's manager? Okay, someone. Okay, he's from Benfica. I was like, not as popular. Still a big name. Still big enough. Was manager of Benfica for 4 years. Rui Vitória, but yeah, that's pretty interesting. All those Premier League managers shuffling around. But this is just 3 league games into the season now, but Arsenal not looking good. 2 losses. Away loss against Wolves and then away against Liverpool. That's a 4-2. That's not a great result. And the win against Southampton. So, yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting. As we go into the transfers, and okay, I'll sort by the fee. Just see the biggest... Oh, Kolasinac there. He goes to Shakhtar. 9 million up front. Potential to go up to 13. And he's injured from 4 to 7 months. So that looks like a pretty good sale as he just got... Okay, this doesn't keep refreshing. So, Josh Grant, who we talked about... They shipped him out the next season, so there you go. They probably thought he won't. His potential is not really the Premier League level they need. Sell him to Crystal Palace, make a little bit of money. So slight profit, not a major difference for Arsenal. But then Lucas, he was sold to Al Hilal there, get some money, and then Nacho Monreal, 33. Goes back to Spain. That's a fair enough move for him. But let's see. There's 2 free transfers, and they look like or sound like younger players. But the money they have, like, I wonder if that is still the same. We go to the profile. The remaining budget, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't because I'm not the manager of them, so it doesn't give you all the information. But hey, I can only read if there's that much remaining budget, only 100 million. Like, what are you doing? Like, you can still make moves, but again, you don't know for sure. So Rick Karsdorp from Roma, they bring in a right back here. Doesn't look terrible, but I don't think he's a guy that's going to absolutely stand out. We'll just see what he did for Roma. He had a decent season, not amazing, but solid, not a bad season at all. So Elliot Embleton from Sunderland, 20 years old. It's just one of your transfers for the season. I don't even think he's going to have that potential in him anyway. They signed him on a free. It could be really another case like Josh Grant, to be honest. But Mataj Nastasic, I rate him. That's a good central defender signing. I think that will improve the team. It might take a little while to gel. Obviously, comes with that like Premier League experience as well. So yeah, he's not too bad. Player than George Tanner. Again, like, I don't know. They still keep, like, this guy's like an ex-United youth player that wasn't good enough. Like, they let him go. So once more, unless his potential is decent, but if it was, can't imagine United will let him go. And then Ricardo Rodriguez. So it looks like they made defensive signings. Ricardo Rodriguez, he's like one of the best left backs in the game to sign. That will make a big impact for sure. Like, I think he will be very good. So yeah, like defensive signings for sure. So it will be interesting to see how he goes for the season and how this is. Like I said, they're going to take a while to gel for sure. But come the end of the season, how they're going to be defensively. Their defensive record. We'll just have to see from here. But yeah, from now, I'm going to, you know how it goes, I'll simulate to the end of January, start of February to see where they're situated. But also, of course, transfers made in January. Let me know if you like this kind of way of presenting it to you guys through the simulation anyway. And I'll see you guys at the end of January. And here we are, 1st Feb 2020. So first, we're just going to take a look at the Premier League. See how it's going. Arsenal, well, they pushed up from where they were, as you would expect. But Man United doing so strong. Only like three games they dropped points in. So we just take a look at Manchester United for a second. Jose Mourinho, yeah, still in the job. So he's getting it done, which is good to see for Manchester United's point of view. So Arsenal in 5th. Let's take a look at the signings, but then we'll take a look at performances a bit more. So yeah, hitting 2020 now. Let's see if Emery has had the vision to make some good signings. But no, he hasn't made any moves at all. And 2020, if you take a look at these, Ospina was sold, and the rest are just loans. So transfer-wise, there hasn't been anything major. Maybe he's happy enough, so again, leading into that with my pun about him having the vision and 2020, he didn't make any moves. But let's just take a look at the performances. So what I want to do here, just sort by each of these things, well, apart from appearances, not that important. Let's see the goals. So you can see Aubameyang. Obviously, you're going to be expecting Aubameyang to be starting. That's why when we talk about Dost, he may not start so many games. And then Alex Iwobi, though, you can see with the assist as well, where he's got 12 goals, is like the next highest goal scorer. So yeah, he's been doing pretty well, getting the goals in the league, getting assists as well at 23. Yeah, pretty strong. You can see, like, compared to his attributes as well, I think, yeah, getting the best out of him at this point in his career. Still young, 23. And then the next highest, Lacazette. But most of the goals, maybe that's a downfall. But hey, you get Iwobi's goals as well, 12. That's not too bad. That's not too bad, I'd say, at this point in the season. And, yeah, even more than Ozil. So, yeah, the goals from Alex Iwobi there is... he's created a good amount from the goals he scored and then the assists himself. So that's pretty good. And then we'll see the highest average rating, Aubameyang. But take a look. This is just one performance, so maybe it is a bit misleading, we'll have to say there. That was just in the Carabao Cup as well, from Dragos there. So... yeah, again, he's up the top there. That's why. Top two, but just from one performance. Ambassadors, limited performances, so you can't... but he probably deserves some more regular chances, to be fair. If you take a look at those appearances, where were they? Only one in the league. Okay, get some in the cup. Maybe that's why. So he's just like that cup backup player right now. So yeah, there's average ratings. Emerson's doing all right. Okay, he started 10. Not too bad. He's a very attacking fullback. Looks like a decent enough player though. And then if you take a look at like the interceptions per 90 minutes, that guy's up there as well, but only two. I always look towards that, but I got to look at their appearances. Nastasic, solid. Average rating not super high, like 7.06. Look, if you take a look at the key passes as well, that's not going to be one that's going to be really, really high, but hey, that's not too bad for Ramsey. And then the shots, it's not so important. Yeah, it's more so the average rate, the goals and assists, interceptions and key passes. But shots matter if you're scoring goals. But it can almost look that could be technically negative if you're having a lot of shots and not scoring too many goals. But I thought I'd take a look at that. But then just sort by the positions again. So at this point, guys, we'll take a look at the results specifically, what they've been able to do, how the group D in the Champions League. We'll take that. We'll take a look at that right now. See that loss against PSG. But if we go into the stages and group stage, Group D, Arsenal didn't make it. That is pretty disappointing. After that's a pretty tough group when you got Leverkusen and PSG to beat. They can be tough. So let's see the results there. They beat Dynamo, loss against PSG. Even at home, so that's tough. They beat Leverkusen. So Arsenal, like, what did you lost against Leverkusen there? Okay, then beat Dynamo. Loss against PSG. Leverkusen were able to get a draw from PSG, so that's probably the difference. But hey, Arsenal, like, they wouldn't have the quality to go on and win it anyway. So if they're not beating PSG, like the really stronger side. So this is what I mean. There needs to be a rebuild. That's what Emery needs to do. He needs to rebuild the club, because how it is right now, just a few signings here and there isn't going to make a massive change. So sim to the end of the season, maybe can see some success in the Europa League again, maybe 2 seasons in a row, potentially in the FA Cup as well. But got to make sure you get into the Champions League, and even not just by winning the Europa League, and you got to get that top 4, because we've got to be seeing progression each season. but we'll see how we go. So here we go, end of May. You can see insecure jobs. There's Australia there. No surprises, pretty realistic. So what we're going to do, let's go to Arsenal and see how they look. You said 5th in the Premier League, so it looks like they've missed out. Yeah, 38 matches played, and by a fair amount. Like, the top 4 there, Man United, Tottenham, Man City, Liverpool. Yeah, man, they're gonna need some rebuilding, and we'll see if Emery will still keep his job. See, this is when it will come into consideration again. How about that? 7th for Stoke. They sneak into Europa League there, but on that, let's check out the schedule, see how far Arsenal did go. If you take a look, Europa League, as expected, they advance there. Then Shakhtar, expected, they continue in the FA Cup. You can see maybe the league results where they drop points. Look at that against Inter. They did that was a tough one. And then Feyenoord, that was close. You can see the quarterfinal was harder than the semi-final. You can see a lot of matches around here. So they lose on pens against Tottenham. Keep going. Europa League. So they hold on to their title, so they make it into the Champions League. I told you it would have been nice to see them win, like, or get the Champions League qualification through, like, finishing top 4, like they did last season as well, even though they won the Europa League. So, yeah, they were able to beat, so they can beat these other sides. Maybe if you talk about, they are probably a similar quality, but they're a bit better. See that Inter, yeah, they could have easily lost there, just one on away goals. So that first leg was very important, getting those 2 away from home. So yeah, that would have to be again the major thing for Emery. Like, it's always interesting with the Europa League because the fans want much more, but they retain. You never see, like, retaining the Europa League as a good thing, as good as it is after the situation, after the fact, though, because you want to, it'll mean that you didn't do well in the Champions League, like you finished 3rd in the group stage. So yeah, there's a bit of two sides to it, but there's going to be, okay, let's just take a look now. We'll take a look at the squad and see Arsenal. They need to make moves. They need to make big moves, and like I said, if this is correct, like, you got a season budget, you got 97, and it says that's much remaining, so you got to do something with it, Unai. You got to do something, or it's almost annoying me. You've got that money, they're not using it. I'll give you another chance, another season, but if you don't use it, you're just going to frustrate me because you're not doing something with the money. So let's see, we'll head into the next season, which will be the 4th season in this save. So yeah, mate, you got to do something. Or they'll just be staying stagnant. There won't be a change. I'll keep simulating seasons, but you won't see a difference. And if you're a new player to Football Manager and you don't know, like, how to simulate, you go to your profile and choose go on holiday, and then you choose how long. So what I do here for the way I go, we will go to September, and then we'll go to the 1st of September. Yeah, start of September. Just so you know, if you're new to FM, or if you don't play it, there we go. So now, guys, to the 1st of September again, as you can see, the transfer roundups. But once more, we'll take a look at the Premier League, how Arsenal's looking after the first few. And, oh, okay, not too bad. There's a loss there, but 2 wins. 2 wins, both away. Winnable games. About who's the loss against? Yeah, the loss is against Man United. So yeah, it was a big match, and United, you can see they're clearly dominating, killing it. Look, top 3 average ratings there. There's Griezmann, Sanchez, and Dybala. That look like signings I'd make in my FIFA career modes with Manchester United, to be fair. And okay, you can see here the remaining budget is 26 million. So they've used a good amount. Who have they used it on? And just take a look at their hot prospect, 18 years old. This guy doesn't look too bad at all. So, yeah, you know, at least the positives for Arsenal, if they do really well, or when they do really well in saves, when I notice it, it's after like 5 or 6 years when actually the regens come to fruition, because they still always develop well. Oh no, he's gone. Sorry, I didn't realize. Oh, rest in peace. They replaced him. I didn't notice because I was just simulating. Mancini. Okay. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Unai Emery. You probably noticed that before I did, because I was like focusing on what I normally do next. But you see the difference. They brought him in, and the moves, Jesse Lingard, superstar. Probably overpaid a bit, to be fair, but Will Hughes, FM signing for sure. But it's like they instill the same things. It must be just in Arsenal, regardless of the managers. Again, they make these moves of these free transfers of young guys that are really not going to be that good. So, yeah, to me, yeah, it's the managers can only do so much. And has Emery moved on, or is he? Oh, he's got the Spanish job. He's got that is a big move. So I don't know how it eventuated. If Spain approached him or Arsenal like sacked him exactly. He resigned. Oh, that is big moves, because Spain must have showed interest in him. Okay, there we go. So he probably would have stayed on. But then, yeah, I think I remember he was, like, his contract was to 2021, if I can't remember correctly. But anyway, either way, he resigned as manager of Arsenal. And should I, because, hey, it's around this time, should I continue this, but Unai Emery as Spain manager? Because it's around the World Cup. It's World Cup time, so we'll see. See if you wanna see that world ranking fourth. Let me know from 2020. Yeah, obviously the next World Cup wouldn't be too far away, a couple seasons, but yeah, either way, a couple years. Let me know if you'd want to see that. So drop a like. So yeah, he left Arsenal. Maybe he didn't see the progression in them as well. He thought, yep, Spain could be a more just a better job for him. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it there, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this, and if you want to see more experiments, let me know. Not just that one, maybe to continue with Spain, even if you want that. Maybe you're not desperate to see that. Let me know if there's a different one you'd like me to do, and I'll catch you guys in the very next vid.